Alrighty then, I don't think anybody's going to be on just yet. Let me work on the lighting a little bit. That was working good. It's actually the overhead light that's causing some blur. We could probably put one more something under the laptop here. Be right back. Alright, still less than 2 minutes in. We don't have anybody here yet. Let me go ahead and try to share on social media, which I tried to do yesterday. I don't think I did a very good job. Still nobody. Can't restart Firefox right now. Alright, well. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go start talking. Even though I have nobody right now, I might have to put in the notes. to somebody watching the live stream later that you have to jump to about 5 minutes in to get to the actual live stream. All right, so what we got here is I thrashed on this truck all last week and did my dead level best trying to get this truck running and drivable so I could get it to the No Name Nationals because it is my future tow vehicle. I use it to tow my fifth wheel camper currently. It's been off the road for about 6 or 7 months since March of 2023, and now it is mid-September. And so anyway, I've done a lot of work to it the last week and a half. Last Friday or so, we slammed the engine and transmission back in. Did some other work getting everything bolted back up, nice and even got the drive shaft. I think it wasn't even last Friday. It was actually around last Wednesday or so, or the previous weekend. So anyway, we got the engine and transmission in, did some other work, got some measurements, got the drive shaft cut and shortened. So we got the drive shaft shortened and put back in Thursday. Was hoping to get it drivable by Friday, and ran out of time. So what really happened was got things in. It does start right now. I do not currently have throttle control, and that is because the throttle actuator controller is not talking to the ECU. And I know roughly why, because previously when I installed everything on a test frame or mock-up chassis, I'd missed the ground that actually connects. See, I've got the wiring schematics. There we go. Wiring schematics. And I'd missed the ground that actually grounds the throttle actuator controller, TAC box. The throttle pedal talks to the TAC box. The TAC box talks to both the ECU as well as the throttle blade. And that is how drive-by-wire works in this particular situation. All right, looks like I have about 2 people in the live stream. So I'm explaining why we don't have throttle control right now is because previously in my test format, man, these mosquitoes are rough in the shop tonight. We'd missed the ground that actually grounds the TAC box. I'm thinking either I've got the ground missing. I actually know the wire itself is connected to ground this time, but in this diagram we have black and white wires and 1 black wire, and I had to depin the throttle actuator controller plug to feed the wires through the firewall, and so we know there was potential for error. I should have labeled those, especially those wires, knowing that those are the difficult ones, because there's 2 black and whites and 1 black. And then when I go to put it back in, for some reason, instead of having 2 black and white wires, I think the little black and whites kind of rubbed off on one of the wires. So now I have 2 black wires and 1 black and white wire. So I've got, I guess, potentially 9, if I can kill that mosquito, 9 possible wiring combinations. But what I want to do is actually ring those wires, because one should be literally ground, and the other ones are ground or low reference back to between the throttle position sensor and the actual TAC, throttle actuator controller itself. So anyway, that's what I'm missing to have throttle control right now. The ECU on these things is smart enough to reset throttle trims enough after you start it enough times with the battery connected to the ECU that it will relearn and set some fuel trims to where it will actually idle. I've just started a few times this evening to the point where it almost had a good idle. But anyway, I've done that last night as well, and I was able to, what appears to be is actually completely finished burping the power steering system. That process has gone on for several hours, just trying to burp the air out of that system. And that was one of the main reasons I just flat couldn't drive it, because I have no brakes until I have that system working. Even though right now I have that system burped, for some reason, every time I start the thing and the power steering pump kicks in, the brake pedal hits the floor. Going to ask people who watch this video in the future to put something in the comment section if you think you know or you know why that it's a Hydro Boost system. If you think you know or you know why the Hydro Boost, when I start the truck up, is making the brake pedal hit the floor, please let me know in the comment section. That being said, I suspect, fingers crossed, I actually hope that maybe I still have some air bubbles in the braking system, even though I pre-bled the braking system. Maybe if there's a huge air bubble in there, and that might be why the pedal's hitting the floor. I don't think it should be hitting the floor regardless. I think it should be fully firm, pedal pushing up. So maybe when I rebuilt the not power steering, the Hydro Boost box, that maybe I missed, got the linkage put together wrong inside the box before I put it together, and which means I'll be bleeding that system yet again. But in that scenario, before I put everything back in the truck, I will preload some fluid into that Hydro Boost system, because I put it in pretty much just barely damp with some residue of the high power steering fluid in it. And of course, the power steering box has been open with just a rag covering all the fittings on the box for the last several months. That being said, pretty much we've got a completely new pump in here. So the only thing that really had fluid in it when we started the other day, when I first started the motor up for the first time, was the actual power steering pump. So since then, we've been trying to burp the rest of the air out of the lines and out of the system, turning the wheel lock to lock. And what happens is it turns into a percolator. Every time the air comes out, it pushes fluid out, which bubbles the fluid out of the pump. And then the pump is dry, and then you have to start all over again, which I nearly caught the pump on fire the very first time, because I was under the impression that you burped the system with the engine running. I've heard that you're actually supposed to do your best to burp the system prior to starting the engine by turning the wheel lock to lock 5 times in a row, hit the brake pedal 3 times in a row, and then lock to lock again, and repeat that process 30 times or more. So I've got this system at about 35 times, and then I started the engine again, and it immediately burped a lot more air out of the system, which burped a lot of the fluid out of the system. The mosquitoes in here tonight are brutal. Sorry about that. So anyway, I was hoping some of the other live streamers or YouTubers would jump in. I neglected to invite them, but hopefully some people will jump in and watch the live stream in the future. Do have some plans for live streams in the future to include other channels in a more effective and efficient way for all the channels involved. And I'm not going to let that secret out of the box, because I attempted to previously, and some of the people I shared that with thought my idea was ridiculous and thought I was asking them to be paid to be in their live stream. And we're going to drop the topic right there, because those people are stupid. Maybe they were just too drunk to understand. I don't know. I've forgiven them for it, but sometimes you just can't fix stupid. So we'll just leave it at that. So anyway, in the future, when I bring in other YouTube channels to my live stream, they will effectively get, once I put this into effect, those channels will effectively get the same amount of hours that they put into the live stream towards their channel's live streams. And that goes towards everybody's live stream or hours viewed feed. So that being said, it will be highly effective and more efficient. Instead of jumping into several people's live streams all week long and spinning your wheels 20, 30, 40 hours a week, we can hold one live stream or 2 live streams a week, and everybody gets equal credit for the live stream. So that being said, we're going to skip on along. Back to the project. Engine and transmission are in the truck. I have a makeshift, actually it's version 2.0 that you actually have seen in the YouTube channel, of the shifter that's supposed to emulate the throw of a manual shifter that will actually put the automatic transmission into gear. That is actually tacked together, mocked up in the floorboard right now. It's not what I will use later, because I've done a project with Send Cut Send, and I haven't finished those videos or that project, but look for it in the future. It will be more self-contained in a much smaller package, and it should fit between the floorboard and the shift boot effectively, between the the transmission, the floorboard, and the shift boot. It should be more effective that way. So that being said, that is a future video. It's a future series of videos, maybe. It will come out soon, not very soon, but soon. The firewall's been painted. All the heater cores have been replaced. Heater cores wired to are plumbed to the radiator now because the front core support's installed. The wiring is installed. Headlights work. Taillights work. Drive shaft is installed. Battery is currently sitting in there installed. It doesn't fit the battery bracket very well, so I am looking for a better battery bracket. Hey, Pepperidge. Hi, Crazy Texan. Yes, I know exactly who that is. But I won't even say your name because I know you don't want me to. Did go to the No Name Nationals, sans the truck, the mill truck, without it. The day before leaving for the No Name Nationals, I was busy thrashing, putting as much stuff together as possible. I did know I still have the throttle actuator controller issue. It's still going on right now. I haven't quite had time to solve it, but I know it's 3 wires, and we'll get that solved. We've been still trying to burp the air system or the power steering system of air. I think I nearly have all that air out of the system, and I think hopefully it'll be fixed by bleeding the brakes one more time. If not, then either I have to rebuild the system back with the old box, which I'm going to have to probably order new gaskets and seals for because it did have a leak, but I can use those parts, rebuild it with new gaskets and O-rings, put it all back together, and hopefully it'll work that way. The airbox, Square Body Eric and his son came in here and just gifted me with that. I had an airbox. I already had bought the air filter for it. They took a airbox bracket from a parts truck. They took his inner fender, because he doesn't throw any square body parts away either. He took a really, really rusty inner fender, pulled it in here on the shop, set it on the floor, mocked everything up, made that bracket fit a square body inner fender, and mounted it all into my truck. So I do have an airbox mounted to the inner fender. It looks pretty stock, pretty factory. Just like GM had intended to put an 8.1 in there into this truck from the factory. So anyway, I did have a lot of fun at the No Name Nationals. I've won this hat from Perpetual Projects. Love that name of that channel, Perpetual Projects. He's working on probably about a mid-'80s Dodge truck before they became Rams. And that's his drag truck. Him and my new best friend, my new buddy, Square Body Stuff. He's got nothing but square bodies on his channel. He's got some nice trucks, got some medium trucks, got a rock crawler. The engine from the rock crawler is a big block, and it's currently actually in his drag truck. I think the name of the drag truck is Squeaky. I did an interview with him. Watch for that video coming soon on my channel. Did some other interviews with some other YouTube channels right there while I was at the No Name Nationals. What I do like about the No Name Nationals, what is great about that, is if you do an interview with another YouTuber, they don't stutter and stammer. When you turn that camera on, they go into that stage mode. They start talking, and they have fun. You have fun, and it's great. Sometimes they run over 1 minute. Sometimes you just let them keep going. You know, if we get a longer than 1 minute video out of them, great. We'll just post it as the length it is, because I love long form content much better than short form anyway. I'm gonna catch the Chevy herpes. No, I do not. I've got the vaccination. It's called Rust. It's our tetanus shot. So anyway, some other things. Oh, how I won the hat. The announcer, this guy had donated lots of merch and hats to the No Name Nationals, and they were giving those things out as prizes. And the announcer would ask trivia questions, or, hey, anybody in the pits got a soiled grease rag? Bring it up here right now, and you'll get whatever, a hat or stickers. Or answer a trivia question, you get a hat or stickers or whatever. Sometimes it's Comp Cams gives out this stuff, because, I mean, they got a lot of merch to give out. So anyway, I remember trying to win this one. they announced if somebody can bring me a pencil, not a pen, not a Sharpie, but a pencil, you'll get a whatever the prize was. And so I remember walking casually, trying to get back to my vehicle, try to get. I might have a pencil in there if I dig around somewhere, because I know I've got a pens and Sharpies and stuff that my wife makes pens. So I mean, maybe I've got a pen or one of the pens that she turned that's actually a pencil or has pencil function. So I was trying to casually walk back, and I see another young man trying to race me towards the pits. I was like, "Are you looking for a pencil?" He goes, "Oh, I know exactly where my pencil's at." And he started sprinting, and I started running, and he was back. He got the prize, whatever it was. I did have a pen that looked like a pencil, but yeah, he'd already beat me back. So anyway, I won this hat by answering the question of how many sides does a circle have? I'll let y'all think about that for a minute as the mosquitoes still attack me. How many sides does a circle have? And my answer was 4. Inside, outside, front side, back side. And now I have a hat. So anyway, while I was there, I did my very dead level best to trade stickers with any YouTube channel that had stickers. And if they didn't have stickers, I just gave them my stickers because why not? That's my stickers right now are just free merch for everybody to have. And there's some cool ones out here. That's Cliff Street Machines. I like his. That looks like some sort of nice front license plate you'd be able to put on something that doesn't need a front license plate. Candy Cane. And those guys are pretty cool. The Candy Cane was actually his high school vehicle. Him and his brother still have their high school vehicles. And I'm trying to remember his brother's channel's name, but I'll get to that. Yeah, TRP sticker. Nice to have them as subscribers. So I got stickers again from Perpetual Projects. Square Body Stuff. Chad there with Square Body Stuff's pretty awesome dude to get along with, and I think we just might have some projects in common. Let's see what else we got. RC Industries, just like brand new. Cool sticker. Let's see if I can get it to where y'all can read it too. It says just like brand new, RC Industries. Cool sticker. Oh, that's my sticker. Frankenstein C20. This guy has combined parts from every project that he's ever owned since high school. And he's like, this is the last project I'm ever going to build. So if he had a Pontiac something or another back since high school and now, he took a Pontiac hood emblem or whatever and put it on that truck. Just anything and everything that he can combine into that one vehicle with its headlight lenses, taillight lenses, blinkers, blinker fluids, air cleaners. He has combined something from each vehicle onto that one project, which is kind of a cool concept if you get down to it. Instead of trying to build another dozen vehicles, he's building one vehicle and including something from each into that one vehicle. Oh, this is another one from just like brand new. There we go. So it's RC Industries, another one of his stickers. If I remember correctly, that RC Industries. Hey, Big Block 402 just joined there. Hey, I've been talking about the stickers, yes. And help me out. Is RC Industries that 90s or early 2000s Camaro that had the 8-into-1 exhaust? Am I talking about the right vehicle to the channels? Big Block. Oh, I just dropped your sticker, Big Block. There we go. Got your Big Block 402 sticker. Yes, and you guys had a lot of fun stickers, didn't y'all? Because you got the candy cane too. I just showed your sticker there. Oh no, see the Ford LTD Limitada. Okay. And then we got stickers from T's, Good Times Garage, Mopars, and Good Times Forever. Got some stickers from those guys. Let's see. Tadlock's Tool Shed. Not sure who those guys were. We got stickers. So I'm sure any one of these channels, if you go to their channel, would definitely send you stickers. Some of them might charge a nominal fee, but mine are still free. Got another sticker from Big Block 402. Thanks, guys. I had fun with y'all. Oh, man, this guy, Hot Rod Guy's Garage, that was the Geo Metro with the Pontiac V6 in the back seat. That car is quite the engineering feat. Y'all know who gave me that sticker. All right, Buff's Garage. He was out there with the old conversion van. Neat van, and he ran that thing down the track. JB's Little Shop, guys. Let's get that. There we go. JB's Little Shop. Lars from LP94. Spent some time with Lars. Dark Hollow. Spent some time with those guys as well. I think he had the red S10, the garbage truck, with the V6, supercharged V6. Some more stickers from Lars. Yeah, we just kept handing each other stickers towards the end of the night. Some more stickers from Big Block 402. Thanks, guys. I like the holographic sticker there. Jerry Racing. This guy jumped out there and just started handing out stickers in the grandstands. Hey, do y'all have my stickers yet? Yes. Well, Ellie Mae Hillbilly, we will get you some stickers. If you want my stickers, they are free. Find my email address in the comment section. Hey, Rich GT350. He's the ultimate moderator if you get him on your channel as a mod. Poor Boy's Garage. I was actually in the process of doing an interview with these guys when Turbo Tom pulled up in the Model T. That video is already posted. It's a great video. I did no editing. I just spliced the footage together and posted it as is. All right. Road Beer Garage. Love that name. I remember having good times with those guys. Road Beer. And not sure exactly who that person was. I'll have to go watch his channel to put the face with the name. Slant Daily Garage. There we go. I'll hold that up a little bit longer. Mr. Rich. That's right. And there's there you go. The Mr. Rich neighborhood. Got some more Poor Boys Garage stickers. They had a variety of stickers as well. And these are my sticker holders that go into my stuff. And Mongrel's Garage. Let's get those out there. Little sticker. Those guys, I think, won the award. Really? He's still a mod from last time. I like that. Or did I put that up by accident, throwing a sticker on there? So there's all the stickers I think I've got collected up. And I have a roof of a truck. It's not a Chevy truck, so don't call blasphemy here. I've got a roof of a truck that I will be painting to match my truck because I have plenty of that said paint color. And we will be painting that roof to match my truck. It also has some running lights as well. And we'll be putting that as a backdrop for some of the live streams. You know, if there's nothing else interesting in the garage, I might just put it against the garage doors and we'll back the camera up over there and have that roof of the truck. And that will be, what I'll do is, in some cases, that might be indoors inside my camper. So I'll be able to run the slats of the roof that way. And then when it's out here on the floor, I will be able to run the slats of the roof that way. So what I'm going to do is run all the stickers at a 45-degree angle. So whether the roof of the truck is laying flat or vertical, we'll be able to read the stickers either way. So I'm saving all of these stickers for that. The remaining stickers will be put on the welding cart. And if you really, really want, I'll put some on the side windows of the truck. There was no real oil down the track award. Everybody really came really well prepared this year. The two guys that had some breakdowns, like broke drive shafts and stuff last year, did really well. They made many passes down the track, and even the track officials were really impressed with how little work they had to do because nobody really oiled down the track. He had a bad valve cover leak during the photograph on, what was it, Thursday? Big block. I'm going to step out of frame for a minute. You guys keep communicating there. All right, I'm back. Really great time. Had a really great time with everybody that was there. There was a few people that I wish had been there, and a young man that they actually brought his vehicle in. I think they only lived like an hour or two away, but they brought his vehicle in with a wrecker and got it running. So he got the thrashing award. If I'd have gotten this thing there, I think I would have won the thrashing award because I put a megaton of man hours into this thing, staying up until 5 in the morning several nights in a row. Even during the weekend, I literally would pass out here in the shop on the chair, waiting on whatever to cure or dry or waiting on to the next step. Um, it's still not running, and now at this point, I need some rest. But it does start and run. It just doesn't have throttle control. We're still burping the. All right, thank you, Ellie Mae. I think I know who that is now, judging by what she called me. um, but yes, got water in the radiator. No antifreeze because in my household it's always been bad luck to put anything other than pure water into the radiator until it's been on the road for a while. And then, of course, if you're going to go to any sort of track, you need to drain your antifreeze out and put water in there so you don't put anything slippery on the track. What I do need to do once I get it running right and wheels, I'll put the wheels and tires on. I'm going to take it to a muffler shop. We need to have some custom pipes made from the manifolds to reach the rest of the exhaust because the passenger manifold tucks into the frame. And so we're going to have that turned to miss both the frame and the starter and eventually connect to the rest of the exhaust. That being said, what's the other major thing? Well, like I said, wheels and tires. Get these all soaked up. Of course, put the grill and stuff back in. That's just bolt-on stuff. Seats bolted in. And, major thing. To be able to pass tech next year, I need to put steel fuel lines in, get it down to less than 18 inches or less than a foot of soft line. I need to replace the windshield eventually between now and next year for sure. But I want to go ahead and try to get everything ready for it to pass tech. And I really agree with putting steel lines in. And I do have the tool now that will do the quick connect fitting onto steel lines. This vehicle doesn't have a propane tank. This is gasoline with fuel injection. Now that's something to research for next year. I do have a propane powered vehicle that I am considering, and its recommended fuel line is actually a rubber line. So if I have to go with a steel line on there, it's going to be some significant fabrication, but maybe they will actually thread into some of the fittings that I already have, and then just shorten the rubber lines to as short as possible. He had the flamethrower and candy cane, and he's given me some ideas. I want to improve upon his ideas and either pass him a working flamethrower that throws flames even further, or maybe I'll just put them on my truck for next year for the burnout. So that's something. That's just a fun video for later. And right now, my fun video is when Turbo Tom pulled up, and I literally was gobsmacked and He pulled up. He's like, "Get in." Yeah, there was no hesitation. The guy was about to interview was like, "Yeah, we'll see you later." And we didn't get to do an interview with him later, but I think he understood, and I got a great video out of the riding with Turbo Tom and the Model T. So it's glad you guys all showed up. We got 6 in the comment section now. I know we got Rich, we got Ellie Mae, we got Big Block 402. I've got Mandy and Pepperidge. Maybe some ghost people that haven't commented yet. So that was a great video. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can I mount an M2 to the truck? Maybe at the track, but we can't shoot it at the track. We'll think about it. Maybe they have a range nearby where we can go with the Maltese and do that. But that might get me demonetized again. We already had some gun videos I had to delete before. All right. Yeah, everybody's agreeing that the Model T video is a great video. I thought so. It was just fun, and just the moment it happened, that was perfect timing. And there was about probably 2.5 seconds from when I cut the camera to when the camera cut back on. I literally just jumped in that thing, and there's no buckling up. You just shut the door, and he started driving. So it was fun. It was really fun, and as you can see by the smile on my face by the end of the video, I was grinning from ear to ear. It was touching my mustache. So yeah, it was fun. Overall, the whole experience was great. I'm glad I did stop working on my project, because I could have probably stayed here and finished things up by the end of the weekend, because I already was on that roll. But then I would have missed all the activities, everything. I would have missed actually meeting all the other YouTube channels. And that's the first time I've ever actually met other YouTubers in person since I've had my channel. I've met people that did TikToks or some other stuff occasionally, and those people are still pretty few and far between. It seems like everybody's got a camera in their hand, but when it comes down to people who are actually actively trying to produce content, there's a lot less of us. Like I said, the best part about it, other than just being with people, like-minded people that want to work on cars, and they want to work on cars on YouTube, or just make YouTube videos, was the fact that when I turned the camera on, nobody panicked. Nobody got lockjaw. It was just like a lot of people jumped out and started. I was like, hey, hold on. The camera's not recording yet. Start now. Okay. So that was the best part about it. It really was. Because I've had some friends and some other people on, guests on the channel, and as soon as the camera was on record, all of a sudden they get a little stupid or make dumb comments, or and I promised that guy that I would put the dumb comments in, and I did. So anyway, the front floor actually worked out good. He has some upgrades for it, but it done what it needed. All right, so yeah, I mean, I always want to push further and farther and faster. I'm just wondering if we could probably, I know propane torches work without having an igniter on constantly, and I know you have exhaust gases that are already spent exhaust blowing through there as well. Just wondering if there's a way to make it stay lit and also just launch a flame further. So yeah, I want to put my own spin on it. That's the best way to word it. And I thought it might be a nice collab video if I made something that did something a little bit different, and just send you the parts, or just say, here's the gauntlet, here you go. So we might have by next year's iteration, we might be shooting flames much further or something, just making it more fun. Hey, Mater showed up. Let the party start. Yes, Mater's here. He probably had his own live stream going somewhere else until just a minute ago. But I started around 8 o'clock this week. I decided that we're going to start pushing my live streams back a little bit, so I'm not rushing home from work. Just give me a time to get some dinner in me and set up some stuff. And I've started the truck a few times and burped a little bit more air out of the power steering system. So yes, fire, fire. Now Rhino Blanco showed up. Hi, Jeff. So yeah, we're trying to figure out a way to make exhaust flamethrowers even more effective than they currently are. At least that's my 2 cents on it. Big Block 402 is probably pretty happy with what he's got on the candy cane. Can lift. It doesn't. It's not made for lifting, but it does a lot of heavy lifting. Okay, he starts at 7 on Tuesday. See, we weren't completely overlapping. So, Mater, tell us a little bit more about your biker live stream. I know it's uh, is that Texas-based motorcycle club or just national? Is it more of a safety oriented? All right. Anyway, so what I have right now, the engine starts and runs. I've talked about the throttle actuator controllers still needing a couple wires corrected, so that will actually have throttle control. It will, after I started a few times, set the fuel trims enough to where it'll idle without it. Been burping the power steering fluid out of the uh, hydro boost system as well as the steering. Uh, really, Mandy. Um, Got the airbox installed. Square Body Eric and his son gifted me with that project. Um, just got to bolt seats on. If I put the Suburban bucket seats in, there's an actually, I don't know what to call it, a standoff bracket that bolts to the floorboard that uh, attaches to the inner part, the inboard towards the transmission part of the seat to bolt it to the floorboard. So it's a bracket that bolts between the seat and the floorboard. I don't know why they did that from the factory, but that's what they did. And actually, where to plug in a horn on the 2001 Cherokee? It should be a single wire, and there should be another wire. Sometimes they have two pins on that same connector, where it will one will be the ground connected somewhere near the horn, and the other one's the positive that will be connected to the button on the steering column. Okay, I thought it was. Um, so anyway, all right. So, Shop Cat, hey brother, glad you showed up. I just showed off your sticker earlier, as well as all the other stickers I had. Or did I get a sticker from you? I don't know. I showed off all the stickers I did get from everybody. Um, yeah, it's not plugged into the horn. Uh, Mater says his clubs actually say states they're about constitutional rights. But, I think a good chunk of us here are constitutional rights supporters, um, and I think even the people who may have voted the other way would still support some other constitutional rights. Of course, they like some of their other rights that they get to exercise. Uh, Still can't figure out the horn. Big Block saying hi, Shop Cat. Manny says hi, Chop Cat, but yeah, she misspelled it. Yeah, and Rich is saying hi to Shop Cat as well. Yeah, everybody, thanks for coming. I just decided it was time to get back into live streaming. Um, and in the future, I'm going to try to fix it to where the other channels that join the live stream and actually are on screen will get some credit towards the live streams as well. And I'll explain more about that later if y'all want to get with me in the emails. So there's not any misunderstandings. What else do we want to know about the project? Like I said, we got really, really, really close to getting it there, and I really kind of now wish I'd have just gone. I had plans to uh, rent a U-Haul and throw it on a trailer and get it there. I could have thrown all the parts inside the U-Haul and gotten it there that way. It would have been more fun in a way, but at least I got to show up. Yeah, we're still saying hi to everybody. So, like I said, the headlights, taillights work. Still having problems with the Hydro Boost. Now they got more guys here in the channel. Anybody know why when I start the engine up and we get power steering pressure, my brake pedal hits the floor instead of rising? Is that air bubbles somewhere in the system? Maybe air bubbles in the brake system? Because I've done a lot of burping the air out of the power steering system, and that pedal just immediately straight to the floor as far as it can go down. I know I can't drive it that way. So we got to be able to figure that one out. I did take parts of two different Hydro Boost systems and combine them together. And I'm thinking maybe I got one of the forks didn't go into where it was supposed to go on one of the pistons. Or somebody tell me I just need to bleed the brakes again. That's really what I'm hoping for. So once that's solved, like I said, get the throttle actuator controller running and bleed the pressure. Once I get the throttle actuator controller running and that system figured out, I'll be able to throw wheels and tires on it, take it to the exhaust shop, get the exhaust fixed up. Then it, bolt in the seat, which I could probably do tonight after the live stream's over. And then we'll be able to drive it around a little bit, start doing some more testing and tuning and figuring out what else we need to put fuel filler necks on there. With it being a flatbed, currently the systems, both sides were very horizontal and eventually dumped into the tanks, but I could not fill the gas tank with a normal gas can. I had to get it at the pump and just shoot. Had to turn the pump upside down so the handle of the nozzle is up here, and the nozzle would squirt gas in and still spill some. And it was a mess. And so what I'm thinking would be more beneficial for me is to find a spot in the bed, drill a hole with a hole saw, and mount the fuel fillers directly in the bed so they're more vertical and just drop gas directly into the tank. And of course, they'll be slightly raised in a point where water won't get in the fuel system. So that's a somewhat future project. That's an easy one. Probably won't even make a video out of that. I might. Sometimes the simple how-to videos do a ton better than some complicated how I made this, 5-to-1 gear ratio shift module. So that video has tanked. But I mean, the video of the riding the Model T did great. Previous week's video, I threw together a video about putting a repair on the RV sewer system, the drain system. And that video's last I checked was 600-700 views. Here I'm trying to do an automotive channel, and my best video of recent, long form video of recent, is fixing the sewer system on my RV. So, does anybody want to jump in? I'll put a link in the chat section where y'all can jump on if y'all want. Trying to remember how to share. It's been a while. There we go. Because otherwise I'm starting to run out of stuff to talk about. Yes. Shopcat's got a good point there. Who here has not hit that like button on the live stream? Please jump over there and hit that. We're all in the chat section anyway. So go ahead and hit that thing. And I'm going to step out of frame for just a moment. I wish I had some interlude music to put on. Maybe I can figure that out real quick. It might let me. Oh, I have to reset it up. Goodness. I would put some sort of music, background music on real quick if I could. Be right back. Alrighty then, I am back. Sorry about all the squeaky noises. I'm sure that I can hear it when I put the headphones on. Do have a lot of lights on in here facing me, but that sure beats sitting here in the dark. Does nothing special. Always looks like somebody from the Witness Protection Program smoking a cigarette. Uh, Rich or Big Block, if you guys are Shop Cat, anybody wants to jump on. Mater, I know you like to jump on. Always at dang work. Hey, man, I understand that, brother. uh, that work has gotten away a lot. I've worked a lot of Saturdays in the last few weeks. I thank you, Mater. He's jumping on. There we go.
Can you give me a few minutes?
You need a few minutes?
I said, no, you can't give me a few minutes to get up here without complaining?
Oh, whatever. So anyway, Shopcat says he's always at dang work. And I mean, I've worked a lot of Saturdays recently, and that's kind of slowed down the project as well. The flip side of that is my guys redeemed themselves by coming over and helping me slam the transmission in and engine and transmission in, as well as putting the front clip on a few days later. In fact, one of the guys actually showed off his welding skills and welded I'd cut the floorboard in a way that it could hinge up a little bit so I could get the engine and transmission in, or the transmission itself in, thinking I was going to have to raise the floorboard up a bit, or at least the transmission tunnel. Well, as we did the body lift, he didn't necessarily need to do that. So I was like, hey, just tack these corners down for me. And he wound up stitch welding almost the entire thing, about 80% around, without blowing a single hole through the floorboard on that thin sheet metal. So I was impressed with his welding skills.
I know that the best ride that you probably had out there at No Name was probably riding around in that Model T Ford.
You're not joking. That was a blast. It really was. I've seen them before. I've heard about the 3-pedal system, and I've watched some of the other channels that the guy does the Model A's. I mean, yep. He goes as far as to give out the lubrication sequence on the Model A's, but just to get to, I wasn't expecting a ride, and he just, they get under your skin. He just wheeled up and said, "Get in," and man, there was no hesitation, as you can see in the video. And I was in the car as fast as I humanly possibly could be, and turning the camera back on as soon as I sat down. And off we went.
You were probably sitting down before he even got through saying "get in."
It was still echoing in my ears, and I was in the seat. And of course, I know something that old's not going to have seat belts, because if y'all have seen my channel where I drive around in that 56 or 57 Volkswagen Beetle, the oval window, that car doesn't have seat belts either. And that car is wicked fast for Volkswagen Beetle. You kind of reach for a seatbelt when you're driving that car around.
The one nice thing I like is that if a car did not come equipped with seatbelts, you're not required to have them.
Still.
Yep.
Still. And even
because I had a pickup truck that did not come from the factory with them at all. I had a cop actually pull me over years ago and give me a ticket for not wearing my seatbelt. I told him, he asked me, he says, "You wearing a seatbelt?" I said, "No, I don't have any." Yeah. He goes, "Why don't you?" I said, "The truck did not come with them from the factory." And so he wrote me a ticket. I went to court, told the judge asked me, he says, "Why weren't you wearing them?" I says, "Judge, my truck did not come equipped from the factory with seatbelts." And the judge goes, "Is your truck here?" I go, "Yes, down in the parking lot." The judge literally, he said, "Okay, fine, let's go take a look." He literally went down there,
right?
Crawled up underneath the truck, saw that there were no mounting brackets whatsoever.
No nuts. Yeah.
There was nothing down there. It's okay, we're going back into the courtroom. And he says, after viewing the evidence and everything showing that uh, there was no evidence of any kind of mounting bracket for seatbelt to be provided in the truck, he's going to dismiss it.
I love that the judge actually went out in the parking lot and crawled under the truck.
Yeah, that's what surprised me. Is like he looked inside the truck and then looked up underneath it.
He looked on the floorboards, yeah.
Yep.
Where was this at?
Here in Texas.
That's actually that has to be a Texas judge. There's no humility. They're going to go do their due diligence and verify it with their own two eyes. I mean, he could have easily had a bailiff go do that, or just took your word for it and looked it up on Google. But, he went and put his own eyes on it.
Yep. Because up to a certain year, it was not mandatory to have them in the vehicle. And
even at that, sometimes it was a dealer option.
Well, even
in some vehicles.
Well, actually, okay, like a half-ton truck would have been required, but a 3/4 or larger was not.
And that ran for a while. Yes.
Right. So since it being a 3/4 ton, it wasn't required.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I was able to get away with that. But like I said, that was all the way up in Dallas, and that was back in the mid-'80s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You would have thought back in the 80s that there would have been enough officers that knew about that wouldn't have bothered writing a ticket for it.
There's officers that don't know what the law is even up to today.
I was say, I get, up until maybe 10 years ago that some officers would be like, oh, let me look at this. Or, yeah, I've heard of this. No, this guy just wrote you a ticket, for not wearing a belt in the 80s.
Yep. Well, my Plymouth Satellite that I had a 68 Plymouth Satellite at one time. And that one actually had a lap belt and it had a shoulder belt. But you could wear one or the other. You couldn't wear both at the same time. And I had my lap belt on. He saw the shoulder belt hanging, it not going across me, pulled me over.
Okay.
And I said, why'd you pull me over? He said, you're not wearing your seatbelt. I pointed down and says, I've got it on. And he shined his light and everything in there. Goes, okay, but why? How come you're not wearing this? I says, because I can wear this or that. I can't have both at the same time. It's on in one buckle down here, and they're not connected together.
Oh, wow. That's a unique one.
Yeah, it was either had the shoulder or the lap.
Yeah.
And that was
a majority of y'all weren't here earlier. I was explaining how I won this Perpetual Projects hat. How many sides does a circle have?
How many what?
Sides does a circle have? You saying 2? I gave the answer 4. Inside, outside, front side, back side.
Well, I was
and they give me a hat. Oh, you got part of it.
I got half of them.
You got half of them. Mandy's heard this story, so she doesn't count, but I'll put it on the screen. and our son probably would have come up with 2 more, I'm sure. Top side or bottom side or something. But it was a smart aleck answer, and they gave me the hat, so I was happy. That guy, I don't remember him when I looked at his channel. I don't remember him having a lot of subscribers yet, but he was there with another YouTuber. I don't know. He was there last year too, but he definitely had some merch to give out or sell, and he had the sound booth hooked up with a lot of merch to hand out for those type of trivia questions. So,
did you see my new toy?
What is your new toy?
I got someone, believe it or not, I got another company reach out to me, wanting to know if I'd be willing to do a review on their products. I said, sure. They asked me what all I did and everything. They said, would you be interested in doing a review on this? I said, sure. So they sent it to me. It's off of Amazon. I've got the video out there, me actually using it, and I got the
Okay.
Amazon link and everything in the description. Um, are you familiar with King Bolin?
Team who?
King Bolin.
Not yet. I'm about to be
Uh,
educated, I'm sure.
they they have a lot of automotive stuff, including like scanners. They're like,
Okay.
I think some of them start like at 250, $300, something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
And but anyways, they wound up sending me this,
Okay.
and this is their little 6 volt and 12-volt battery tester,
Okay.
and it's like $30 on Amazon.
Neat, neat.
And in
I
my video and everything, I wound up hooking it up to my car and doing a video of testing out the battery beforehand. Start
yeah.
how much current and everything is drawn,
Yeah.
what the alternator's putting out, everything.
Oh, nice.
And it's simple and easy to use. And the one nice thing is it's got an internal hard drive in here for data that you
Oh,
can
wow.
actually got a port on here. You can actually hook it up to a computer and upgrade it. Download
Okay.
all the updates.
Nice, nice.
Now the
So
only
does it
drawback,
it does a full load test too, I'm sure?
yeah, it'll do load tests and everything.
Nice.
But the only thing I could say that I could find wrong is that they need to add about 4 more pages on their instruction manual and make the lettering bigger. Too damn
Make the
hard.
lettering
Too
bigger
damn
for
small.
sure.
Yeah, make the lettering bigger because too damn small for my bad eyes to read it.
Right? I've actually, this is what I was planning to do all along before a road trip, is print out some of the wiring diagrams and the pin outs for the ECU for this particular truck. And that way, if I had any sort of problems and I had to troubleshoot, not only is it printed out, it's laminated, so I can put that in the glove box. So I have done some of that now. I still have plenty of that left to do. Let's see. I actually don't have y'all on the screen right now. I'm looking up something else. And it's telling me I have to restart Firefox. Okay. I was going to look up Mark's Garage. Are you the one that was the first one to recognize me at the No Name Nationals? And you're working on the 50s Jimmy? Am I correct with the channel? Maybe I'm wrong. But wait for him to comment back. I was going to try to look up his channel real quick, but I can't open any newer tabs on Firefox right now. So
Yeah, I'm
Firefox
hoping
probably
to,
needs an update.
for me, I'm hoping to be able to make No Name next year.
Please do. It's worth the trip. It really is. I wish I'd have just, with this project, I wish I'd have just thrown it on a trailer and hauled it up there and let everybody help me with it. Because I mean, I worked and worked and worked, and I did have some of my local entourage come and help with it. But I think having a bunch of people just throw at it would have probably worked better. Or at least
Right.
people would have been, even if we didn't get it running, everybody would have been able to see it, in person.
Right. So for me right now, I've got about 3 different projects I could do for No Name next year.
You need
Actually, I
to
could
do
do
a
4.
monkey bike.
Maybe. I
You
mean,
need to.
that's got a possibility. And I definitely would say it wouldn't be slow out there, especially with what engine I'd want to put on it.
We got to stay
Uh,
within their rules, or we might have to start a separate class. I don't know.
yeah, true.
I got to look up their rules for that one myself.
Well, I know I would love to be able to make the GPS 180 this year, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to be able to make that one, and that's one here in Texas.
Yeah.
That I did that one 2 years ago on a hardtail frame. And
Ooh,
believe me, that hardtail frame was very hard on my tail.
yeah, that's why they call them that.
Yeah, but
Hardtail.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you've never been on a probably 3.5 to 4 mile road course
Ooh,
on a mini
that's
bike, and mind you, this is out there in a field that's been marked, and you're going all over.
ooh.
You got the hills and everything. Yeah, I mean, especially with one where you go like this, like this, and then make a hard left and
Uh-oh.
then a hard right. And they say, "Oh, you don't need brakes." Oh, yeah, right. You get that
Yeah,
one,
right.
you're going to have brakes going down because you got to make that hard left, straight bottom, and then immediate right hand turn.
Oh, oh, Mark's
Some of
Garage.
the
Got the old F5 for Mark's Garage. I knew he had an antique truck. I was wrong about which model. Old Ford F5 for Mark's Garage. Thanks for coming, Mark's Garage, though. I, hopefully we got to talk while we were there, or did you make it to the No Name Nationals?
But one idea is definitely maybe bring the mini top fuel dragster.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure that if you can get it past Tech, they'll let it run down the track. So
like I said, that's the one that would be powered with a Predator 670 V twin
okay, okay. I,
with a
I
blower
I've got a
and
similar sized engine laying around for a different project, but it's actually a spare engine.
right.
So
Well, I got two of them.
not the Predator though. It's
Yeah,
the I think the one I have is a Briggs. I also have a Kohler that's on a different project, but
yeah, but are they horizontal or are they vertical shaft?
horizontal shaft.
Okay, well, the 670 is a horizontal.
Yeah.
Normally, those engines at Harbor Freight, I think, are about either 900 or 1,000.
Okay.
And
Probably catch
I
them
got
with a good
lucky.
coupon.
No, I didn't get them with a coupon.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I mean, sometimes
I
they run the anything in store coupon. Sometimes.
Not even a coupon. I got a
Wow.
better deal than that.
Oh,
I was at the store one day, and you walk into Harbor Freight and you see the area that's got the damaged and returned merchandise, open box stuff like that.
yeah.
They had they had two of them sitting in there. I got both of them for $800.
Wow, that's a pretty good deal. Both of them for less than one. What the price of one is?
Yep. I talked to the manager. I looked at what price they had on them. I said, "Tell you what, if you'll do it, both of them at this price, I'll get them right now."
Right?
She goes,
He's
"Okay."
like, let's get them out of here. They'll do that sometimes. They're like, you know what? It's an open box deal anyway. Let's get it out of here.
Yep. Well,
So
that's just how I got that top box.
yeah,
Same store and everything. It was an open box, damage.
yeah,
Uh, U.S. General 56,
yeah.
and that is normally
That's
going
the
for
big
six.
box. Yeah.
No, 72 is.
Oh wow.
So I got the next smallest one, but normally it's $600 in my Jet Series 2, but I got it for less than 400.
Man, a deal shopper right there.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to see if
Whew.
I can't get on working at Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
I got a couple of stores I got to check with tomorrow.
There you go.
But tomorrow I got when I get up and everything, I'm heading down to get the front tire on the bike finally fixed. I tried putting a
Okay.
tube in it, and that didn't work. When I took the old tire off, I wound up putting a tear in the tube, and it's like,
Ah.
okay, spent $25, got another one, got the tire put on, got the tube and everything put in it, Once get the rest of the tire and everything mounted, got it put on, went to air it up. When they're up, like crap, pulled it back apart, pulled the tube back out, and found out I put the thing in there and split that tube.
Oh goodness! Did you pinch the
And
tube putting it in, or?
I don't know about pinching it, but I know there's a spot about that long in the tube. It was like, I ain't patching that. No, patching it, no. Now, if it was a bicycle, like a regular bicycle, no problem. Motorcycle, I wouldn't even know.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, most of your motorcycles are tubeless anyway, unless they're the spoked rims.
That's what I've got, spoke rim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why mine is tube.
Rubber adhesive's pretty durable on that type of patch, though. Again, I worked at a bicycle shop, but
yeah, but would you trust it on a motorcycle going 80 miles an hour down the highway?
Well, you lose a tire pretty. Yeah, I guess sudden. It's sudden.
Yeah, and like I said, being a front tire.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
The only flat I've ever had on the bike was a rear, and we actually had a hole big enough you could fit your thumb in it, and eventually it got a bunch of the old tar rope things tied together, shoved in it. We had to let all the fix-a-flat out because that was actually lubricating the stuff to make the plugs fall out. We did eventually nurse that thing another hour and a half from where we were at to Abilene, Texas. And it was still holding air the day when my new tire came in. I mean, I quit riding it until the new tire came on for me.
Now, I have had a tube come apart on the rear. That was no fun. All of a sudden, the bike started shaking real bad.
Yeah, they shake. Yeah.
When I say it came apart, I mean the tube literally, it was split and everything, where you could take the tube and do this number.
Oh, goodness.
And the valve stem was not even in the tube. It was actually in the rim.
Oh, just completely separated.
And that right there cost me about $225 to have a new one put in. But that was including having him drive with his trailer, come pick the bike up, take it back to the shop, put a new one in.
Bring the bike to his shop and then get it put in. Yeah.
And that was on a Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's the extra fee there too, I'm sure. Yeah. And that's all the riding I ever did. I'd never put the bike on a trailer or in the bed of a truck. Rode that thing from Houston to Idaho Falls. I rode it from Idaho Falls. Somehow did a pit stop through the Grand Canyon and back to Houston. Never had been on a trailer. Rode it back to Abilene. When I moved to Abilene, rode it all over Abilene and all over Tarnation from there. And the one time I did finally put it on on the back of a truck was for a move from Abilene back towards the Houston area. Or I think there was one other time it just had to get a tire. But yeah, that thing got rode everywhere until that point. But yeah, I think it's smart to have your own trailer and have a buddy that has a key to your trailer. In fact, my good brother Lewis Green, when we were doing a ride around in the Grand Tetons, he lost a cylinder, flattened the cam, and gave me the keys to his truck. Gave him the keys to his truck. Showed me which key fit the trailer. I went back to the hotel, hooked up the truck to the trailer, and towed that back to him. And him and his old lady were still there waiting on the side of the road for me. And we got him hooked up and got it all back into the trailer, and we all rode back to the hotel there. And a few weeks later, he had a local snowmobile shop rebuild that motor for him. The old Harley, 88-inch Harley, and they made some phenomenal numbers out of that bike when they rebuilt it. But
that was the Evo, wasn't it?
I want to say it probably was. It was the 88-inch, probably late 80s, early 90s motor.
That would have been the Evo, and Evo motors, man, you can get some wicked power out of them.
Yeah. This shop had the right combo where they knew what to do with the heads. They had the right cam selection. They had the right exhaust selection, and they knew what they were going to get out of it before they ever turned a wrench on that thing. So, and they did it, and they put it on a dyno, and we got to watch that thing dyno, and it made a few horsepower extra.
I know that right now. I've been watching a auction.
Yep.
For a couple of different Harleys.
Yep.
And what really gets me is the fact that one of them, as far as what it is, I'm going, you got to be kidding. Nobody's wanting to bid on it. Let me see what the bid is right now.
Yep.
I haven't already missed them. I might have already. Looks like I might have.
That's how you get the best deals, though. Swoop in at the last minute, and if nobody else is putting any real money towards it, you just outbid the last guy that didn't put any real money at it.
But one of them was a V-Rod.
Oh. My bike actually uses the exact same rear tire as the V-Rods.
But that V-Rod, I think last time I looked, the bid was like about $500 or $600.
Oh my goodness! Now, I can't put tires on my bike for that.
Yeah, but mind you, now it did need some work and everything. But I'm going, you get a V-Rod for less than $1,000. Yeah, you can part that whole bike out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. And you don't have to give a crud about the bike if you're going to part it out. It helps to not care.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's getting on out there. We started this live stream pretty late, and I didn't want to run a really super long live stream tonight, so we'll probably start wrapping it up here in the next few minutes. So, anybody got any more questions for me or Mater here? It don't look like we have too many people left in the comment section anyway. Mark's Garage, are you still here? I know we had Shop Cat and Rich GT350 were here earlier. Big Block 4OT was definitely here. I had some fun with those guys.
I was thinking one option for next year.
Yes, sir.
Get my Challenger built for it.
Oh, Mopars fit in quite well there.
From what I understand, about 70% of the field was Mopar.
Yes, I would have to say so.
But I managed to pick up, there was a guy over 20 years ago. He was restoring, I don't remember if it was a 70 or 71 340 4-speed Challenger in sublime green. Okay? And they stripped the car down to a bare shell. Mm-hmm. And they cut I've got the video of it out, but they cut the quarter panel off of the driver's side. And they go, oh, it's got too much rust and everything in here to keep going. So they say, if anybody's interested, we'll give it to you.
Oh, my goodness.
Just a bare shell. Now, he actually gave it to me for free. Now, I got the front suspension that went with it, but there was no motor, transmission,
right?
No sheet metal at all, no interior, no rear end.
Sounds like you got the good makings for a drag car. It's already stripped for you.
Yeah, well, I managed to, well, at the time, I was going to make it into another dirt track.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I managed to find a guy up in Oklahoma. He has a Mopar yard, which he's no longer there. But for $200, I got a hood, both fenders, both doors, trunk lid, and an 8 3/4 rear end.
Oh my goodness! For $200.
Yeah, and of course, mind you, the sheet metal and everything, it wasn't perfect. It had some rust spots in it, this, that, and the other.
I was fixed to say you can't get a fender for that nowadays.
Well, like I said, this stuff here. I mean, if you look at the video, you can see on the fenders on the driver's side, you can see how it's all rusted out from the headlight bucket and everything.
Oh, okay. It's not in great shape.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. This is stuff that, you're not going to go and want to put on your car. It's got problems with it.
I was surprised to see how many Rust machines were drag racing. That's the best way to word it. Survivor cars. There we go. That's a better way to word it. Survivor cars.
Cinderblocks.
Hi, Cinderblocks.
Hey. How you doing? Mandy already jumped out. Yeah. Well, we're about to wrap this up, so you'll get him back soon.
I ain't worried about it. He still needs to finish food.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he showed up. Glad everybody showed up. It's been a while. Probably a month since I've done a live stream, so probably 2 months closer.
Probably 2 months. That's what I was kind of wondering what was
been busy trying to get thrashing, trying to get the truck done, and then all the extra overtime at work, which I wasn't asking for, but the workload mandated it. So, but it didn't hurt to have the extra money. So there's no such thing as that word. There's no such thing as that word, but the additional funds went well used.
Account or the vehicle.
Yep.
Yeah, the additional funds went well used.
That's just to let him know that my live stream is over, and he's going to have to wash his own dishes.
That's fine. I do normally.
Well, can I leave everything else?
She's giving you notice. You got to do your own dishes.
You made the mess in the pan, in the 2 pans, so that's on you.
Oh.
Hey, when I make dinner,
you're wanting to get in trouble, ain't you?
She's blocking the camera. We better go, guys. We're going to end this live stream soon. or do we need to stay on to keep him alive?
No, she's already left.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'm trying to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for everybody for coming, and thanks to anybody who's still sticking around watching the live stream after the fact, the recorded version. So, I'll probably have to put in the notes. The live stream actually starts at around the 5-minute mark when people started actually showing up, or when I actually started talking. So, thanks for coming, and we're gonna go ahead and end the live stream tonight.
All right, appreciate you having me up. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for coming.